All right, I gotta see if I remember how to do this.
It's been a while since we've heard you on the airwaves here.
It has been. I'll make some noise here. I'm not sure the last one that I've done, but I kind of think it was when we said bye to Jason.
I think it was right before the breakup.
Yeah, I'm going to blame Jason because Jason was the one that kept this show on the road, and then whenever he left, he didn't bring me. He didn't leave the keys for me.
I just saw him the other day, or talked to him. So
he's alive.
He is alive.
Okay.
He still has a red beard. Quite impressive, but no, he's still around.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. So and I've had a struggle as I come back on here. I have just not been, I don't know if I say motivated, or it's been tough for me to get on the podcast because I'm like, man, I don't really enjoy talking on the podcast. Like I've learned this about me that I'm like, you know what? I don't know that I like talking. I don't know if people want to hear me talk.
It seems like the market is pretty saturated too. So It's kind of, I don't know. There's so many hound podcasts now. When you guys first came out, it was like you guys and Houndsman XP, and it seems like there's a lot of really good content out.
Yeah.
There's content that hits the airwaves still, but I mean. Yeah.
Well, you cornered me. Cornered me. It was like, hey, let's do a podcast. You want to talk about the OUSDA Bender coming up? And I figure I got some stuff here. And I've been thinking, I actually talked to Ross about maybe once a month or twice a month doing a podcast and talking. And I don't know if I will or not yet. I'm still on the fence, but
Ross Elwanger, right?
Elwanger, yeah. And then try to. The topics is what I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, is there even enough stuff to talk about with hounds, or current events and stuff like that? And so that's the part where I don't know. Is it feels like everything's just been hammered and talked about on a podcast. And so if I just do the same thing, I don't know that I want to do it. But
I feel like the how-to stuff has kind of been hit to death, and there's quite a bit of how-to, for somebody just getting into it. For guys like us who've kind of been around a little while, the content I always really like is listening to houndsmen talk to like those famous old hunters from way back. Those were always the ones I really liked.
Yeah, I was messaging Jake Gibson, and he's like, I need to track it down. We were texting back and forth. This was a while ago. He had an old timer. He's like, you need to get this guy on the podcast. And I was like, well, bring him by. So I haven't made that happen. And every year at OUSDA, I'm like, man, I should corner, Zip, or
that would be great.
There's some of these guys there that they said they do it. The last time I had it was in Prineville, and I had Zip cornered, and I was like, right on, we're going to do it. And then Zip Fendricks, for anybody that's listening, but and I couldn't find I don't know if it was the SD card or it was an adapter. I didn't have the right adapter to record, and so I forgot a piece of the equiment to record.
Zip's a really neat guy. I didn't know him super well, and then what was it, 2024, when he got his lifetime achievement buckle. When last time we had it in Prineville, I got to kind of know him a little bit, or learn a little bit more about him when we were putting that presentation together. But he's done a lot of different things with hounds, and it's was really cool kind of getting to talk to him.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Zip's one of them old. All those guys are like, and we'll talk about your lifetime achievement guys this year. You got Ted and Jerry Ray.
Yes.
Ted Craddock.
Yes.
So, anyways, well, tell us a little bit about OUSDA. I know we want to. I've made my excuses for not having a podcast, and
so we're kind of gearing up for our Oregon United Sporting Dog Association, our annual convention. It's back in Prineville this year, and it's April 11th. So we're kind of getting ready to do that. You're probably going to start seeing more and more advertising coming across social media and stuff, but we're gearing up for it right now. But it's a little bit different this year. We had our fearless leader, one of them, Brad Maubert, who, for all of us on the board, putting it together now, like, you kind of realize how much stuff that one guy did. And we're trying to delegate it a little bit more. And it's been nice getting more help from everybody else. But I mean, Brad was a superhero for putting that thing together compared to, what the convention used to be 10 or 15 years ago. And you look at what it is now with the games and the prizes and the raffle items, and, it's changed quite a bit. And I know you remember going, years ago too, and how much it's changed. But
yeah, I don't think I've missed one. No, I haven't. I almost missed last year. We were
in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, the kids, we'd been wanting to go to Hawaii for a couple of years. We had it scheduled for COVID, and then that got canceled because of COVID. So our spring break, we took off and went to Hawaii. Got to do some hunting. That was kind of cool. Like pig hunting and sheep. And then I got home Friday night. We got home like at 8:00, and convention was Saturday. So I pretty much hopped in the truck in the morning. So I took a sleep and hopped in the truck, and I made it. But
did you guys use hounds when you were out there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
With the pigs,
that'd be a lot of fun. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like I said, the first in Hawaii has so much different terrain that it was kind of interesting because it's like a mountainous, but it's like one mountain. So
right.
Like, there's only a slope going one way. You know what I mean? It's not like ravines. When you're hiking, you're like, they just keep going up and up and up, and there's no roads up higher. So
right.
You could tell they get really nervous when the dogs start heading uphill. And at first I was like, what are you talking about? What's the big deal? And then I look at the map and I start zooming out, and I'm like, oh, wow, that uphill just goes, it's not very steep, but it just keeps going.
A volcano at the top.
Yeah, like a mile, 2 miles. Yeah, exactly, right to the top. And I'm like, so I'm looking at the maps, and I'm like, damn. Like, we had one dog that made it out there, and it was probably 1.4 miles away, and there was absolutely no roads, and it was just like really thick brush. And I'm like, honestly, that's whenever I started looking and going, there ain't no trails here. There ain't no whatever. And I'm like, that's 1.5 miles of brush is not fun.
Yeah.
So I was up there with Hezekiah. He's been a customer forever. So that was one area we hunted up by Kono. And then he took me to another area. We caught a small one, and my boy was with us. And anyways, we shot a sheep over there, which was cool. So we did that. We hog hunted in the morning, and then we did a sheep hunt afterwards. And then the next day we went and did another hog hunt in a different area, like up north of the Big Island. And that was completely different. It was like grass fields, and they'd have these little blocks of heavy, thick timber brush, that the hogs and stuff would go in and out of. And so you waited till the evening, and you'd see them come out of the thick brush. And
was this on the main island?
The Big Island.
The Big Island?
Yeah. So it's Kono's on one side. So we stayed on the Kono side, and then they have a volcano on the other side. It's erupting or something. Like everybody's like, oh, you got to go see the volcano. Like, yeah, I don't need to go see a volcano. Like, I'm here to, number one, relax. And
do a little bit of hunting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool. I'll go hang out and hunt. That'd be more my
your speed.
Yeah. Well, and the biggest thing they were talking about is like a 3-hour drive to the Big Island, or to the volcano side. It was a 2.5 or 3 hours. It was quite a bit of drive. And then they're like, yeah, you'll have to wait like 1.5 hours in traffic to go in there because it's gonna be crazy. And I was like, the hell with that. Like,
right.
I didn't come to Hawaii to sit in the car and drive all day. So
I feel like I haven't talked to you in so long. I used to see you in the woods from time to time, but since I moved a couple years ago, I was driving over here. I'm like trying to think of when the last time I really talked to you, but it's been a little bit. But
yeah,
but
I haven't been over there and up the
undisclosed location,
yeah, no name mountain.
Well, since that cyclone bomb hit, we had all those dead trees up there from the fire a few years back. And I tried going up there just for a little bit today and, rode my dogs, but they're down trees everywhere. And then they got, the main road shut down now. So you can't get there from the side that was closer to the town that it's next to.
Yeah.
So,
no name town, Never Mind Creek, all that. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what's been going on with me. I don't know what I just lost track. We were talking about OUSDA, and then we jumped on Hawaii because I almost missed the convention last year. So
yep,
I made it, and I should make Prineville again like this year. I'm expecting to make it.
So last year was in Roseburg. Now that was our first time in a long time being down in Southern Oregon.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I remember.
Last time we did it was a long time
ago. Was Rod still alive? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it used to bounce around quite a bit when I was a kid, but then we were at Canby Rod and Gun Club for a really long time. So
yeah, Canby kind of became the place where we always just did it just because it was easy, and so I don't know. One of the things I got on here is lifetime achievement. You're going to do this lifetime achievement. So who do you got?
So this year we got Ted Craddock, and he's one of your early podcasts, I think, when you guys first started doing it. So anybody listening to this, you should go back. I don't remember the number, but Ted's a really neat guy. He's been in hounds forever, and he's helped out with numerous studies, but it'd be hard for me to really sum him up, in like a short amount of time.
Anybody around Oregon, at least in the
he's our Warner Glenn pretty much. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you see him on different the Eastern cougar studies and stuff like that, he was always a part of that.
And then
about that.
The second lifetime achievement is Jerry Ray, and he's been involved in. I don't know Jerry super well, so I'm actually looking forward to kind of getting to know more of his story. I know of him. I've talked to him briefly for years, but I don't know a lot about him. I know
he's Mary's Peak Hound Club.
He's mainly a Beagle guy, though, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah. But he's always been
super involved.
OUSDA ever since I can remember. I mean, like going back way long ago, Jerry Ray's always been there. So he's definitely deserving of that too.
And so I think the way we should probably do it maybe at this convention is, we vote for the following year for who we think that, should get some formal recognition. So what we're trying to do with it is we've lost so many good hound hunters, in the last 10 or 15 years that we're kind of right before all this technology and right before all the, podcasts and all that stuff, but trying to get people their flowers while they're still alive and do that.
People, I was talking to somebody, a week or two ago, but talking about the GPS collars and stuff like that. And it's like hunting before GPS, even hunting before telemetry, some of these stories. Right. And it's like, oh my gosh, I should do a whole podcast on that.
Isn't it crazy? Like if you stop and think about, I know you've been in for a long time and you used to hunt with telemetry and all that, but think about how fewer houndsmen there would be if that was our only form of tracking still. Like the GPS has kind of made it to where, anybody could almost do it. I mean, it still takes some skill, but.
Yeah, we were talking and I tell people all the time, if you're relying too much on it, like we take this Verizon outage right now, you know what I mean? Like I was trying to make some phone calls back east, working on an issue that we're trying to connect some of the Eastern hound clubs together. And anyways, I could not hardly get a phone call to go through for a Verizon customer. So I was messaging him, I had the phone number, I'd go through it, go straight to voicemail. And I'd be like, "Do you have Verizon?" I'm like, yeah. And every Verizon phone number I tried to call right now isn't working. And that's on top of the 8-hour outage they had.
Oh, wow.
Yesterday, I think it was, or 2 days ago. But I don't know if you've seen that in the news, but all of Verizon phones were, not all of them, because mine didn't go out, but over, at least on the east or somewhere, there's been millions of people that for like 7 or 8 hours, their phone was just in SOS mode. So no phone calls.
I'm sure everybody was losing it too.
I don't know. I would have been happy. I would have been like, keep it. Turn that shit off.
I don't listen to the news or watch the news or anything like that. So I don't know. I hear stuff every once in a while, but
my point to that is as we're relying on technology,
right,
and a company like Verizon can just go down, like it is a very real possibility, and we should expect that at some point we're going to see that type of widespread outages with a Garmin GPS
Oh, for
system.
sure.
Like there could be a day, a week that our GPSs don't work.
It's honestly kind of surprising nothing like that is, or has something like that happened. You would know more about it than I would, but
it has happened. Last year or two, there's been weekends that some type of, I don't know, piece of the moving equation, these 300s just don't get service.
Right.
So they had to do an update, or they had to change the GPS mode on them. And so there has been issues where people had either 200s or whatever, and they go out in the woods and they just flat don't work. And then you do a software update, you update it something where it fixes it. But I'm thinking even more catastrophic than that, which is like nothing GPS works and none of your dogs are tracking. I think that's a real possibility that we could be looking at it someday.
yeah.
And a lot of people got to decide. You can be mad at Garmin or whoever, but the truth of the matter is what are you going to do?
I've heard of some spots in Idaho too where their GPS collars don't work quite as well, and guys still run like tag along collars, the telemetries that attach to your GPS collar.
Mm-hmm.
I quit doing that. I was doing that like when, I don't know, we were still in the Astro days, I guess. I ran the tag alongs for a while, but I haven't ran telemetry in maybe 10 years, 12 years or so.
And I don't I don't think that's a great solution, because I think that could cause more issues with your Garmin than it helps you. You know what I mean? So some of those collars, I explain it like you have this precise GPS on this collar, TT25, TT15, whatever it is, has a really precise location. It's sending a digital signal, which is a precise signal, and it's 2 watts. So it's a small, low power signal that you're trying to get it out there, and then the handheld's got to pick it up. And then right next to that, you're sticking a 1970 unprecise thing that's just a kilohertz beep, and they push it out on a 217 such and such frequency with kind of archaic, RC, frequency stuff, radio stuff, like we're talking stuff from 1950, 1960 technology, like old AM radios, where you had all the little wires and the coils and all that kind of stuff built into this thing. And you're putting that right next to your precise device and expecting it not to affect it, right? And so it's like, I don't know. Most of the time it's going to work, but there are times where that signal is getting overridden by something throwing a signal right next to it if it happens at the same time. And some of those collars, not all of them, like 217, 219, different frequencies, they almost like, it's almost like jamming the Garmin device. And so
I will say though, telemetry, so I've got to play around with some of the new school telemetry about a year and a half or so ago. I helped out with like a mule deer / carnivore study. Mm-hmm. And it's came a long ways too, like as far as fine tuning and being able to pretty much walk right to the collar. Like, I don't know, the new telemetry is definitely still, I think, like a little bit better. I don't know if you've used any of that with your...
any of those telemetry is in...
I wouldn't want to trade it for my Garmin. No way, or anything like that.
What I'm saying is I don't think wildlife or any telemetry color is using that new updated software.
No.
They're all using the 1950, 1960 RC,
Yeah.
Throw 1 kilohertz signal out on a 217.
Exactly.
At this power level.
Yeah, I guess it was more their tracking unit that they have, because it wasn't really, we weren't walking around with like a wildlife box and a Yagi anymore. It was like this more self-contained apparatus. I should have wrote down the model of it, but it was pretty good. But
Yeah, it's interesting. I go back and I think, okay, when is the shoe going to fall on our tracking devices? And when that happens,
You'll be the first one to know.
I don't know. I'm going to go in the woods and hunt. I got to decide if I'm going to go hunt or not.
Have you been hunting at all? Let's talk something fun. Have you been out hunting at all? What
Yeah.
dogs do you got now? I haven't heard anything. I don't know. I don't even know what you're running now. It's been so long since I've seen you.
I'm almost out of dogs right now.
You're almost out of dogs.
Yeah, I had to put Shy down before Christmas.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she anyways,
She was a nice
that was a
dog.
hard one. Yeah. So I come out, anyways, we were trailing on one. I never going, and then I see on the GPS, she stopped, and she's old. She's getting old, so I'm thinking, okay, she decided not, because I'm always like, do I let her go or do I not? She's always behind, and it's like that old dog, you know what I mean? It's like, gosh, she's annoys you in the truck because she wants to go, and then she gets about halfway there and shows up. And so, anyway, she stops, and I. Not thinking nothing of it. I think she's just, okay, she can't hear him. She's going deaf and all sorts of shit. And long story short, so I was like, okay, I'm going to call her back. So I try and call her back and she won't come. She's like 400, 500 yards out. I'm following the dogs on foot by this point, you know what I mean? And so I'm probably 600 yards away from my truck in the woods. And then they're going through this roadless area. And anyways, so I tone her. Normally she comes back and she doesn't move, and I'm like, "What the hell? That's no good."
That's scary.
And tone her again, and nothing. And so finally, I'm sitting there. Maybe I probably spent 30 minutes, 40 minutes, just not toning and shocking, but like trying to figure out if she's going to move. I figured she was just tired, and she'll start moving, and I figure out which way she goes, and I'll try to intercept her, and she won't move. And so finally, I hike in there, and I'm like, "Well, I got to go get her." So I hike the rest in there. It was like 700 yards probably to where she was, and can't find her. You know what I mean? And that's when your heart drops. You know what I mean? When you're hiking in and you're just watching this dog stationary, and it's out of the race, and you're just like, you kind of go through things like, what am I walking into? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
What happened here? Anyways, I get there. I'm in the location, and I still can't find her. And now I'm thinking she flipped the collar. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, maybe she just slipped her collar, and my collar's here, but the dog's not. And so I go back and get right on top of it on the GPS, and at that point I tone, and I can't hear the collar. I'm like, what the hell? Like this thing's got to be what's talking about mistakes. I'm thinking, is my equipment failing? You know what I mean? I'm like, what?
Yeah, like what's going on?
Is the dog really here? Or is it not here? And anyways, so I tone it one more time, and I hear some movement, and sure enough, she tucking herself up under a log, like a little crevice or whatever. She crawled up in there,
right.
was sleeping. And so I thought, okay, she just was completely exhausted, and she's a little bit wobbly, and I'm like, crap, you know what I mean? So anyway, I pet her, and then I'm like, okay, this time I toned the other dogs back. I'm like, okay, I got to get this dog out of here. I'm not in good enough shape to pack her out a mile in the, side hill and in brush and all that. And so we'd walk 150 yards, and then we'd sit there and take a break, and walk 150 yards and take a break. And at this point, I'm just thinking she's just completely exhausted. Anyways, we get home finally. It takes me like an hour and a half, probably 2 hours from that point to get her out. So I'm probably 3 hours into a recovery when I get back to the truck. And of course, Della and Andy or Kit, sorry, the two white dogs, they're mile and a half still in there.
You have white dogs now?
Yeah.
What? What's going on?
Got two of them.
Holy smokes.
And so those two dogs are still a mile and 1.4 miles in there. And I'm thinking, what the hell? So I throw Shy in the back seat of my truck and throw a blanket on her and try to give her some water and stuff like that. I'm thinking, man, she's just,
exhausted,
dehydrated, exhausted. And anyways, long story short, the other dogs finally start working their way out. So I messaged my wife. I'm like, all right, those white dogs are coming back in. I'll because I'd been toning them and trying to get them to come back. And I get them all back, come into the house. We give them some electrolytes, to get there, and I actually give her, trying to get her to eat something. She won't eat, whatever. And about an hour, I'm like, okay, this is like, she's extremely dehydrated. And I figured it was, what do you call it? Rhinomosis, right? Where the muscles, you know what I mean? Like, I can't think what that's called. Rhombosis or something. I'm horrible with names. But there's a issue where if you overexert yourself, you start eating the muscles and it goes into your kidneys and stuff. And
wow.
And so I'm thinking that's what it was. And I'm like, well, I better get her to the vet so we can get her on IV. And anyway, so my daughter wants to go with me. So we throw her in the truck, we take her down to the vet, and I tell him, like a jerk, I'm like, yeah, she's got that rhombosis or whatever, it's called. And I said, we need to probably get her on IV. And so they take her, we carry her in there, and she's on a gurney. We take her and put her in there, and she comes back, and here's my daughter with me, and I'm like, I can just tell.
No, it's the worst.
Ooh, she's like, yeah, I don't got good news. And I guess she had a ruptured spleen.
Oh, wow.
So she ruptured her spleen out there. So anyways, all that to tell you,
man, that
we had
sucks.
to put Shy, I was like, that was the right decision to make, is to put her down, because number one, it'd been really expensive.
How old was she? She was
12.
12.
Yeah. So it's like, it was, I won't say easy, but the options were very limited. Like, that old of a dog, she's like, we could try surgery. It's going to be really expensive. The recovery is going to take us at least a week to see if we were successful. And with her age, like, there's
no telling.
She'll not hunt. I was like, everything was pointing to it's not the right. And I told her, I said, nah, I would love to have that dog retire out, but
yeah.
But so we had to put her down. And
well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up dogs. Mark, I was getting off. We're both tearing up here. It's gonna start turning into an Oprah podcast here in a second.
And then
what's something good that's happened to you lately, buddy?
So 2 weeks later, I got my dogs chomped on by a cougar.
Oh God!
And so Della got bit in the snout, broke her upper jaw, and so yeah, she's recovering now. And so anyway, so
how's business been? Actually, sorry, that might.
Yeah. So anyways, you want to talk about dogs? Let's talk about your dogs, Mark. Maybe you can tell me this happy story.
Gosh, okay. Well, let's see. That's something new. So a couple weekends ago, we had the Houndsmen for Heroes hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was in another said location in a said state.
Canyon.
Yeah. But went and helped out with that. It was really good. We had 2 veterans with us. I still don't know my veteran's real name, but his alias is Rooster.
Rooster?
Yeah. So I don't know his real name, though.
Why?
he didn't ride around with me at all.
Okay.
He just kind of showed up.
Yeah.
I know his alias was Rooster, and the other guy, his name was Scott, and he lives in Prineville, ironically, which is the town I live in.
Yeah.
We might want to edit that, actually. But he was a really cool guy too, but I didn't get to hang out with him a lot. My wife's grandmother got sick. We're in town for a funeral this week, and that's why I'm on this side of the world. But anyways, back to being sad. Sorry about that.
All roads lead to death right now. Resurrect our podcast, and we just want to keep talking about death.
The hunt went really good. We had like 6 groups of houndsmen. And sounds like everybody caught at least a couple cats or so.
That's nice.
So they were moving. So it's always super stressful when you have one of those type of hunts, because you're always wondering if it's going to be just really crappy conditions or if they're going to be moving.
Probably.
Ton of pressure.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like when you're guiding or something like that, and you got a client, and it's like they're there for a reason. They're there's a ton of added pressure on you. It's just like that, but it was a good time. I know Laurel Lynn and Heath Sewell both do a ton for putting that thing together, and they have like a real nice house that they usually get. I actually didn't make it to the house because I was in the woods, but
so how did your hunt go? Did you guys catch one?
yeah. So my veteran caught one, and we were the first ones to catch one. It was a pretty nice tom. And then there was another gentleman who was kind of hunting around me and with me a little bit. His name was Jaden Caffro, another hound hunter. And he ended up, I think, catching a couple, but Larry and Andrew Beggs had got that second veteran a cat like a couple hours after I got my veteran one. So we got the veterans tagged out pretty quick, and then we just did more catch and release the rest of the weekend. So it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But one of the veterans was really liked the experience, and he's wanting to get into hounds and stuff now too. So, but he said it was a lot of fun. I'm like, it's not always like this.
There's a lot of heartache.
Everything, we hit everything about perfect. The way the weather came in, the way the animals were moving,
Really.
So it was a good time to be out, but it was fun.
We've had snow or
we did have snow.
Okay.
So there was like 5 or 6 inches of fresh powder, and it was like really good quality. Like you could get around everywhere. You didn't need snow machines or anything. So it was it couldn't have been any better, honestly. But
yeah, no, that's good.
But that organization is doing really good, and I'm supposed to be promoting OUSDA right now, but they're another really good organization to check out as Houndsmen for Heroes. It's a really good cause. So
yeah, and they do it twice a year. They do hunts, or
this year I think we're only doing the one hunt.
Okay.
Just because we were originally going to have one kind of started December, and then we usually do one in February. Gotcha. I know Jason's talked about it on here in the past. He's on the board as well. So
yeah,
but
awesome. How was your hunting? You said you went out or tried to go out earlier, but any good stories lately?
Not in particularly. I've haven't
better than mine.
Better, probably a little bit better than yours, but I haven't really hunted over here on the west side of the state for a little while. So, not since the cyclone bomb went off that they're calling it now. They have so many different new names for weather
atmospheric
now.
River.
Atmospheric river. So that windstorm though was pretty nasty. There's down trees everywhere. Really hard to get around right now. So
yeah,
harder hunting over here. But over where I live now is all juniper trees, so don't really got to worry about those blowing over.
How are you doing
in the
over
ways.
there on the east side?
A lot better. A lot better. The first year that I was over there was a little bit more difficult, just because there's quite a few folks over there that hunt and trap. So, and then just learning areas where cats like to cross. Yeah. So, but I'm doing a lot better over there now. The first year over there was pretty rough, especially when you're used to hunting on the west side or going up on like a warehouser, and you're able to get, 2 or 3 cats, or at least even races a day, where sometimes you got to cover a lot more country to even find one over on the east side of the state. But
yeah,
it's a lot better now though. So
yeah, you run into a lot of guys over there, or?
There's quite a few.
Is it?
Yeah. So, but I guess it's not really different than anywhere. It seems like hound hunting has gotten a lot more popular in like recent years, like anything in the outdoors. It seems like since 2020 and all the COVID stuff, people are going out in the woods a lot more, and there's a lot of new hunters. But
yeah. It's been challenging. I need to go back, like I said, get back out there a little more. I'm tending to dogs right now, but it's been on my list. Every year I'm like, I'm going to do more. And every year it comes up, something comes up. And
this is the first year I haven't done anything out of state either. So it's kind of weird. Like we usually always try and take at least 1 or 2 trips out of state, but not this year. So we're just trying to figure everything out a little closer to home. And the dogs are doing good. So
that's good.
Yeah.
How many dogs you got now?
I've got 4 that are trained and 2 puppies. I actually picked up, see, you have white dogs now. I have a red tick. So never had one. I have it goes back to the Meekums pups.
Okay.
Got it from Adeline Richardson. I don't know if you know her or not, but
I recognize the name.
Aaron, you know Aaron Kelly. He's owns Granite Peak Outfitters,
Okay.
but they've got some really nice red tick. I don't know if they're actually true red ticks or not, but they're red tick in color. But it's kind of like, and you are talking with some of these Walker looking dogs on the west side of Oregon. They got a little bit of everything in them, it seems like, but those, kind of more dry ground dogs got a little bit of everything in
How
them
old
too.
is she?
She's just a little squirt. She's
so
like 6 months or so now.
Oh man, so you're just ready to start.
Yeah.
Acting good.
Yeah, she's really nice actually. I don't know anybody who's ever hunted one of the Meekums dogs in the Pacific Northwest, so I'm kind of curious how she ends up doing.
Hunter on. I talked to Hunter when I was over there, and I wanted to do a podcast with him because he's grown up. But
yeah, that was the last Hound podcast I think I listened to, because I haven't listened to one in a while. But Houndsman XP had one with all the Meekums here recently. I think that was the last one.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to.
I told Hunter I wanted to do one on his perspective because. Just bullshitting with him there in Utah, but you come from, he's got dad and grandfather and, like a generational knowledge there. And one of the things that, I was asking him about, because I come from it without that generational knowledge, right? I'm first time. And he goes, man, the first time, when he's, 18, 19, I don't know how old he was, but he was talking about the fact that, your chest is puffed out because daddy's done it and granddaddy's done it and whatever. And then the dogs don't respect you and they don't do it for you. And it's like, bam, you get smacked right down. And it's like,
gosh, that is
you
true.
You got to earn it. You know what I mean? Like it's not something that is just because grandpa did it, just because dad did it. That means you get to do it. It's like, no, you got to earn your stripes just like they did, kind of.
Yeah.
You get a head start, I'm sure, but
exactly.
Anyways, I want to do a podcast with him because I think that'd be really interesting to hear his perspective on. Yeah. He was pretty humble when he mentioned it, and I was like, like you'd think, because you got this notoriety from everybody that's like, oh, you got the name, you know what I mean, but the dogs don't give a shit,
right?
I mean, they don't care. You got to earn their respect from the beginning, or from just like everybody else.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, I keep thinking, I was like, man, I like Hunter.
I've never actually talked to him or met him before, but there's quite a few of those guys like I've always wanted to talk to or meet. Like Jeff Allen's another one. You hear about some of those kind of dry ground names. I'm just curious how those dogs would do, like coming out here.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that would be if I could figure out how to make time and do that on the podcast. That's what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know yet. I have a hard time shutting up.
Yeah.
When I'm doing a podcast,
I listen to some of the guys talk, and this isn't directed at any one particular podcast, but I'm like, man, what is this idiot talking about? Like, this guy doesn't know anything. And then I'm on here now. I'm like, oh, I'm sure there's somebody listening to this right now. What's this guy talking about? But I don't know. It goes back to everything kind of being saturated right now. So
yeah, if and I've been thinking about it quite a bit, because I'm not listening to the dog podcast too much right now. I'm really listening to Sean Ryan. I'm listening to Joe Rogan. When I'm out in the woods, because number one, because they're super long, it seems like, and and they're just talking about different things that are interesting sometime, and it's not dogs, and so I don't know. I just look at it and go, I don't know that I wouldn't just bore people trying to stay on the topic of dogs, which isn't a bad thing. It's with the business and all that. But it's like, man, you just keep hammering the same topic.
Same thing.
There's only so much to come out of that. And so it's like, I just don't know if I want to.
I know you're not a fan of them, but you should really listen to Cameron Haynes' podcast. Now, hear me out. Okay. Listen to the Shit Talkers Weekly episodes.
Oh, yeah?
Those ones are the best. Like, and I feel like if I ever did a hound podcast, that's what it'd be like. Something
I'm
along
not
those
opposed to
lines.
Cameron Haynes. Like I think I listened to one of his podcasts. I listened to him on Rogan for sure.
Yeah.
My whole thing with that is that mentality. Sometimes I don't.
Well, once you hear him talking like a normal dude, though, and like kind of talking shit like we all do, like that's what really made me like him, honestly, because But
yeah, I think
check it out.
I think that's the key is you build these personas, and his persona is don't care, work harder, and I'm like, yeah, I mean I understand that, and I'm kind of a candy ass, so maybe it hurts my feelings. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't like to work harder, There was a funny story. There was my wife, she works out all the time, every day, 7 days a week, 6 days a week. She takes Sunday off. She enjoys working out. I do not enjoy working out, but I need to because I'm getting weak or whatever. But anyway, so one of the companies that she wanted for Christmas was Flag Nor Fail. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Oh, wow.
And she's some bodybuilder, and they have that same mentality, like that Cameron Haynes mentality that nobody cares, work harder. And they got a pack of stickers on there, and it's like, I forget what it was a sticker, and I pull out the sticker, and it's like, work or die. And I'm like, I don't like either option, man. Like, that's your logo for the work or die. I'm like, I kind of don't want to work, and I really don't want to die yet. You know what I mean? I'm going to die at some point.
Yeah, I started working out again here a couple months ago, and I've been listening to more and more of the David Goggins type, and I read his book and stuff, and it's, taming your inner bitch and all that. But he might get you out of a slump and get a boot in your butt, but I know what you mean, though, like work or die, like, I don't know. Yeah.
So Cameron Haynes does the same. Nobody cares, work harder. They have, and there's a lot of guys that have that mentality. It's just like, beast mentality. It's like, hey, beast mode or whatever.
Right.
And I just want to, like, I'm kind of from that old school, you know what I mean? You see the old hound guy, it's like, throw a sandwich in my pocket and I'm going to get out to those dogs and go in the shittiest place that most people don't want to go.
Exactly.
And I'm going to do it smart. I'm going to do it safe. I'm going to enjoy my time in there. And like, like I said, walking out with Shy, you know what I mean? Sit there and just chill on the side of a mountain for 10 minutes, let Shy take a breath, you know what I mean? And I take a breath. And I was like, we got time. I was talking to my dog. I'm like, yeah, we got time. No big deal. Like I could, and now I feel like an asshole because I'd have to like push her, like, come on, let's go. We got to go another 100 yards. So I'd get up and go, work or die, Shy. Come on, we got to get the hell out of this canyon. So afterwards, I'm like, damn, man, that dog gave me everything.
I feel like it's changed for me quite a bit too. From when I, first got into this, I usually always had a buddy with me. I always had like another friend, another hound buddy we were all going up together. And like now for me, I enjoy just going out by myself and just like, I like taking my kids, but like when it's just me and the dogs, it's just, it's peaceful.
It is.
And it's like, I'm not trying to catch, 10,000 cats. It's like, if we catch one, great. If we don't, that's also fine. It's just, you enjoy being out there.
That's kind of my pace lately is just like, hey, I'm just going to get out in the woods. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to relax. Normally I like to get out and hike. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting to the point where it's like, I drive around too much and sit in the truck. I'm like, God, I want to get out and move my legs and muscles and stuff. But yeah. So Cameron Haynes, what is it? The Shit Talk? What is it called?
Shit Talkers Weekly. It's a good one.
It was a podcast?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a good one.
I'll have to, I'll do it. Like I said, I like his, like I said,
it's
his
definitely
mentality.
bro humor. So, kind of be ready for that, I guess. So, like locker room talk, more or less. It's not politically correct. You probably don't want to listen to it if you have young kids or anything.
That don't bother me.
Yeah, me either. But my kids have heard it all too. So, I don't know. But
yeah, no, I'll have to listen to it. I've listened to him on, like I said, on Rogan, And I mean, he's a hell of a hunter. I mean, he's definitely like looking at the backstory and him killing elk. And, I think he comes from, he's from Oregon. So
I root for him because he's an Oregon boy for sure.
He's an Oregon guy. And definitely some of those guys. I know there's a lot of those elk hunters that are just, I don't want to say phenomenal elk hunters, but they get their elk. Like they work hard, they earn their elk. You know what I mean? Like
you remember when we were kids, like watching like the Primos videos and stuff and thinking like, oh my God, wow, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
And then like finding out later in life that they're on private ranches and, like it was like finding out like when professional wrestling wasn't real. It's like, oh my God, just breaks your heart.
Yeah.
Santa Claus isn't real,
Yeah. Well, even, I mean, you want to talk about what's real and what's not real now with AI.
Oh, yeah.
Like on the web or even on social media, I look now and that's a whole different story. Like looking at...
have you figured out a way to put a bobcat in a tree yet?
With what?
AI.
I'm still working on it.
You could get your numbers up real quick. You're pretty tech savvy, buddy.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on the code to talk to dogs, right?
Okay, you're above that.
Yeah, I gotta break the code somewhere. I got AI crunching down how to decipher barks.
Nice.
And it's so funny. Was I talking to Brad or somebody was talking about? They were with the biologist, and the biologist is like, "Oh, you speak dog?" And he goes, "Yeah, you kind of have to in this game." And the biologist was like, "What do you mean?" Like, well, I'm listening to my dog's bark. He goes, "You mean you can hear the different dogs bark and the different ones and the different?" And I was like, "Yes, yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Like, I'm listening to when that dog barks or that dog squeals or that dog does this. You know what I mean? Like you kind of have to, speak dog.
Yeah, you can tell when one's frustrated or trying to figure something out. Or
so I was like, oh, it's kind of a joke, but it actually is kind of.
You guys made a spoof video numerous years ago about like a track. I don't remember what the exact device. The Trackmaster.
Yeah,
and I think about that almost every time I'm in the woods, if I'm in the snow or if I'm looking at a track in the mud or anything,
right.
And it makes me laugh every time. So that's stuck with me here, buddy.
We had a call last week, somebody asking about, I don't know if it's that one or the ability to talk. There's a device that you talk to your dogs or something like that. And it's like, nope, that was April Fool's joke.
That's hilarious.
It still lives on.
Did you guys do one of those last year? I don't remember.
I don't think so. I forget.
Kind of scaled them back a little bit.
It's so hard. With AI, I might be able to come up with something a little better, but I'm sure everybody else will too.
Yeah.
Like with AI, maybe it's getting, every time I get on AI to do pictures, and I don't know if you ever mess with AI for pictures.
I started using Chat GPT here recently.
It's amazing.
It's pretty incredible.
There is some really good stuff that you can do with it. And I'll explain what I use it for, which is awesome. But every time, so like if I want to make a social media post and I'm like, hey, I need to make the raffle winners, right? So we'll go through our sweepstakes raffle. By the way, everything you spend on that's probably get you an instant winner, a sweepstake.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's my commercial.
Smash that like button.
Yeah. Like and share. What are you supposed to do? I don't know. Anyways, so I'll have like this list of winners and I'm like, okay, I want to put it on social. And so I go to ChatGPT and I'm like, hey, I got a license, I don't have the list with me, but Mark Boyer, I give him the list of, first place, second place, third place, can you make me a quick social media image, use my dogs, this is my logo. So I send my logo, W, and then that damn Chat GPT or Grok or whoever I try and use, they always redo my dogs and make it some like Rottweiler, like they're two Rottweilers going different directions, and then they take my W and they make you.
I'd be super confused if you sent me a reply with a couple Rottweilers on it. I'd be like, what the fuck's Buddy talking about right here?
So it's like, I'm telling him, like, don't mess with my logo. Keep my logo file the same. It doesn't, it's got to redo it. It's like two dogs. And so it'll show two German Shepherds running side by side. And I'm like, no, like I sent my logo. That's my trademark logo. And it also takes the W and goes UU. So it reads it and goes, oh, W. Okay, we need to have 2 U's. And I'm like, no. Like my name is W. And then it misspells names like Mark, or you know what I mean? I'm like, why do you gotta screw with stuff? Like I spelled this out for you and you're screwing it up. And
I think just for a gag for your April Fools for this next year, maybe a couple German Shepherds running.
a Rottweiler.
A Rottweiler.
But every time I try and fix it, it gets worse. It gets worse and it gets worse and it worse till I start over and it goes to think. But so whatever it is, ChatGPT hates my name, like W, and it does not like 2 hounds running. It wants them to be Rottweilers or poodles or whatever it thinks. And so
that's funny. I use it mainly for emails or sending text messages, well thought out text messages. But if you need to send like a generic text message to your wife, like, hey, sorry, I was out in the woods hunting. I know I ran over on time. I'm going to be late to said family function. It's good for that kind of stuff. You should try that. It works.
I've used it for some writing, mostly, and it doesn't seem to work. I'm like, hey, could you make me not sound like an asshole? You know what I mean? Like, this is what I want to say, but can you say it in a nice way? It'll try and spin it, but it always throws in some weird words.
Had people ask me, what's Buddy like in real life? I'm like, just like what you'd think, except not an asshole. And it's pretty funny.
Well, I'm so to the point sometimes that it's like I come across really sharp for whatever reason when I'm focused or I'm writing an email. So it's like, so I try to use it for that to be like, hey, could you take the edge out? Because it'll be like, yes, this sounds a little bit edgy. Maybe we could take off this word, not use this. And I'm like, well, that's what I meant to say. If you take that part out of it, it's not as direct.
That's hilarious.
So anyways, I use it. But what's really cool is, so take these sweepstakes, right? I can take, and what it's really good at is data. And so I can take all of my sales and so for the sweepstakes, what used to take me days to conglomerate stuff, I can take all of my sales and I can say, okay, anybody that bought a shirt item, so any SKUs that are this, and I can say, here's my inventory list, find all the clothing items, and those SKUs are clothing. So and here's a good sales pitch. I'm leading back to my sweepstakes. So when you buy at W, right now, every dollar spent gets you entered for a chance to win the sweepstakes. We got a $3,000 prize, dollar prize in sweepstakes. Excuse me. And then if you buy clothing, you get 3 times the entry. So every dollar you spend on clothing on DU Supply, you get 3 chances to win in the sweepstakes. Okay?
Nice.
And so I can take ChatGPT, and I normally use Grok, but I can say, so I export my orders from my platform, and I say, I want you to merge all accounts. So like, say you ordered a shirt on Monday, and then in a week later, you're like, I need an antenna. And so you order an antenna. I need to merge those. So I tell it to merge. I say, go through all my orders and find all Mark's orders and combine them. But keep the order numbers, so when I want to know exactly what order numbers he had. So tell me, order number this, order number this, order number that, and then keep the items separate so that you can max out all those. And I can say that the first step is merge everybody. And then the second step, I want you to go through and look for all of the clothing items that he bought and double the entries. So here's my total cost. So I got my total. Now tell me all the total clothing I got. And then, by the way, in the free gift, there's a $75 bonus entry. So some people can select a free gift. So see if he selected a free bonus gift. And so, and now you can, here's my calculations for entries. Take Mark's, orders. And if he bought $100 worth of stuff, he has 100 entries. And if he bought $50 worth of clothing, I need to, triple that. So that would be 150. So I got to add 100 because we already got the first 50. So I double that and add that in. So now it's $100 plus an extra $100. So it's 200 entries. And by the way, he picked the 75 bonus entries on the free gift. So we're 275. marks down for 275, and so I get the whole list done, and then I can tell them to create the pool and decipher so that you're in that bucket 250 times. And we're talking, hundreds of thousands of entries. When this sorts out, there's hundreds of thousands of entries. I think the last one we did was like 200 and something thousand entries that were in a bucket. That ideally I would have had to throw. If you were to do it manually, you couldn't.
No.
And
it probably streamlines that process big time.
It does. Once you set the rules, right? So it took a lot of, and I'm always data checking things. So I do it, and then I go and check my list, and we'll sit in the shop, and I'll have everybody there, and I'll be like, Mark Boyer, and Jess will go through and manually calculate and be like, I got him for 576, and I look, ChatGPT's right. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll do 20 or 30 spot checks and be like, hey, everybody checks. And I only work whenever everybody comes back 100% when it's working, And in the beginning, there's some learning that it takes. You got to find these things where it does these weird things. But once you build the rules, and if you have an automated process like that, you can teach it. Boom, boom, boom. Like step 1, step 2, methodically how you do it. And
that's crazy.
That's what's really cool with ChatGPT and Grok, is to be able to take data over 2 months, every single orders. It would take me like a week solid of Excel, which I used to do this for Intel. So I used to do a lot of data crunching with Intel. So I was really good at spreadsheets. 200,000 lines, looking at different, we would measure data, specs.
Yeah.
What's out of spec, what's in spec. And so I would do the averages and all that kind of stuff, and had to manipulate these lists without losing my data. So I used to do that manually, and it's just painful. But now with this ChatGPT, I can set the stage and then tell it, hey, sort by this, boom. Hey, do this, boom. And it's
the
amazing.
amount of white collar jobs that are probably going to get lost in the next 15, 20 years, I think is going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
when I went to the doctor here recently, and, the doc asked if they could have their AI doctor in the room with us. I'm like, what does that mean? And they said, well, we're just going to record you when you're talking. And as I'm actively talking, like everything is like updating on their screen. And it's like, wow, why is the doctor even in the room right now? But it's crazy.
That, like lawyers, I think.
Yeah.
The legal writing and stuff. Like it's interesting. Like I said, but it's still got a lot of holes. Like there's working through processes and images. Like conkeys, I don't know what they do, but they make, and I don't like them. Like I'm not a fan of those AI pictures, but I kind of want to go down there and sit with those guys and be like, how in the hell are you driving this thing to make a picture of a dog? Like, it wants to go Rottweilers. You at least got to show it hounds.
They've got some pretty funny ones.
Yeah. Like they've gotten whatever image they're using on AI. I don't know what it is. I should text them and ask them, hey, what? But I'm kind of opposed to that for W. Like I don't want.
There's a guy online that has been doing it. I can't remember his name, but he had like a pack of Chihuahuas chasing a mountain lion. Did you see that?
I think I did.
Okay, I don't remember who it was, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah. And you can tell on those. And I don't want that for the image. I do prefer real images and real houndsmen. So our Facebook and stuff is. But where I would use it for is like, it would be nice to not have to try to go through a graphic designer to be like, hey, I need a simple graphic with my logo and just announce the sweepstakes winner, or I need a simple graphic, to say we're going to be closed on Monday, or like those types of things. I can't get it to do that simple thing. No. And here Conkeys is making these freaking hounds do these stupid, crazy things, and they look like a hound, and it drives me nuts because they want to take my dog. They don't like my dogs. I'm like, I got 2 hounds on my logo, and you want to turn them into Rottweilers. So, and I think There's a couple people. I think Houndsman XP was doing some of the AI pictures. I've seen Heath Hyatt. I'm guessing, but it looks like his logo's using AI.
Did he start a new podcast or just change the name?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I need to. He asked me to join him on his podcast, which I told him yeah. So I haven't fully. I should know that probably.
Yeah.
I texted him this Saturday. We were just texting. He asked if I'd join him on his podcast as a guest or something. I said, yeah, no problem. So
nice.
But I think it's a name change. But I've seen what you've seen. I haven't had a chance to talk to him, but I think he said there's big changes, but I can't tell what that is. And I haven't listened to it to see if it's changed.
Gotcha.
So who knows? They've seen their AI assistant out to do that. That's the other thing is you can take these transcripts and stuff like that and drop them into AI. So
give you the cliff notes really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't want to rely on AI a ton. I've thought one of the companies I work with, they're always looking at the AI stuff, and what's coming. And it's getting AI is advancing pretty fast, meaning if it's not now, it's in the next couple of months, you're able to purchase from AI. So it could be your personal shopper to be like, hey, I'm looking to buy this TT25 collar. When you see it go on sale, can you buy one? Here's my card number. Now, I don't trust it that much, you know what I mean? And I don't think a lot of houndsmen are going to be like on that, but that's what's coming.
Right.
Looking at the future of e-commerce, or websites, that's what's coming, and it's happening faster. So like some Shopify stores are already implemented into that, and I don't think. I mean, I told him, I said, I don't necessarily want to be on the front line of that because I think fraudsters will use that more than houndsmen. I don't think houndsmen will be hopping on ChatGPT and be like, hey, could you go buy a $300 Alpha 300 or an $800 Alpha 300. I don't think they're gonna rely on chat.
Right.
But I do think credit card thieves, these black market where they get a whole list of credit cards. I do think somebody with that type of mentality would be like, hey, here's a list of credit cards that may work. I don't know if they're good or bad, but here's my list of credit cards. Here's their addresses. Buy as many of these items as you can and ship it here. And just hammers it. So I'm like, I don't want my website in that, you know what I mean? Like, those are the challenges I see where bad actors would use AI. And
gotcha.
That's where this fraud is going to come. I think about, you think about on Facebook, you see everybody, I got an Alpha 325 collars for $500, for a 5-dog set. And you look at them and you're like, something doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? And
it seems like there's more and more of that all the time. You see that. And gosh, I don't know. I don't know. There's so many different scams. And, it's just ridiculous.
And I see that expanding with AI because bad actors are going to use AI to create these profiles that look real. And Mark Boyer, I'm selling an Alpha 300. I want $500 used. Get the money. Done. That's a fake you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like, that's where my mind is like, okay, this AI, what always happens is it's the bad actors that are the first. You know what I mean? Like, the people who hack and do all that, they're the ones always taking technology the first round. You know what I mean? It takes hound guys a while before they warm up to it. You know what I mean? They're like,
so this will make you laugh a little bit. So I saw this post on one of the big game houndsmen. Well, not big game houndsmen. Like one of the Facebook pages, and a guy name I don't recognize. I'm new. I'm looking to get into hounds, and I'm looking for a dog. And anytime you see one of those posts, it's just like blood in the water, right? Like you're like, okay, let's see. I tagged my buddy in it because he's got this worthless coal dog, and I always tease him that he needs to get rid of it. So it was a joke, more or less, between me and my friend. But
hurry up before it gets a bunch of dogs. Got like 5 dogs coming.
And then I like commenting too, because I like seeing everybody trying to peddle their bullshit dogs. The ones that they're pot lickers. So it's always entertaining. It's good for quick entertainment. And I tagged my buddy in it, and then I got a phone call, and it was from one of the veterans that was on the hunt. He has a fake profile set up online, and he was the guy who made that post because he was looking for a dog. And I'm like, oh my gosh, sorry. No, I don't know anybody selling a dog. I'm like, this was just kind of a joke more than anything. And I'm like, well, just be careful. If you make a post like that, you're going to have all kinds of con men, dog guys, coming after you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just told him, I'm like, well, find a good mentor and, maybe he can know somebody or knows of something. I don't even know how a guy would get into it anymore. Honestly, I've been in it so long. I don't even know if I had to start out at ground zero again. I don't know how I'd go about it.
You'd probably be better than you think, but it is tough.
Yeah. Think about all there's always been, the dog jockeys, but it's just a lot easier for him to sell now, I think, but
yeah, it would. No, and that's exactly my point. Is like there's so much fraud and con artists out there. It's hard to know what to trust. Even you see these stupid videos posted. My boyfriend cheated on whatever, and I caught him. And I look at the video, and I'm like, who has a camera in the restaurant at this angle? You know what I mean? When you really look at it, and I'm like, son of a bitch, this video is just made for me to watch the video. That's it. It's engineered in a manner that makes me spend my time and watch this video. There's no value I get from it. And you'll find out those algorithms. You have them on yours too.
I was just going through this exact conversation with my wife yesterday because there's this video. I'm like, Kaylee, why does this video pop up on my phone? And it's like a guy fixing a plumbing pipe. And you're looking at it, and it's like he's doing all these weird sequences to fixing this thing. I'm like, where's this guy going with this?
Exactly.
Next thing I know, I've been watching this video that doesn't make any sense for like 10 minutes. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like, it's just silly. Some of the stuff that's online is stupid.
Exactly it. Is they are figuring out that what grabs your attention. And I'm the same way. They'll have you'll see some guy making some stupid thing that I'm like, you're gonna do that? No, you're not.
No. What are you doing? That's not how you do it.
That's interesting. Wow. Why should you? You know what I mean? Same thing. Watch it for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yep, I just made that guy a paycheck. You know what I mean? That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
Is making a video to get millions of views so that he gets paid by social media. Anyways, I just back to this AI thing, it's kind of crazy what we're
how can we use AI to really get the word out for our 2026 OUSDA convention?
So what you're going to do is you're going to make a video.
Okay.
It's going to be a plumber pipe thing, right? You're going to thread this little pipe in there, whatever, and then you're going to be like, and at the end you're going to be like, OUSDA convention 2025.
So those of you that are listening that didn't know, Buddy is the vice president of OUSDA. I'm on the board. Brad Mombert, he's done an incredible job for as many years as I can remember. And, man, he's done awesome.
Can I tell you the first time? I should hold off until Brad's in there. But the first time Brad showed up, a bunch of us were like, he's an anti. he's not one of us because he's so well spoken.
Oh, he's a very phenomenal businessman.
Yeah.
And like, if you talk making money or like anything, like if you want to streamline a process, Brad's your guy,
Yeah.
like hands down. And he's really done good for our club.
And he's well spoken. And I remember the first time
I'm like, you
me
hunt
and
hounds?
David Walker and there was a couple guys, and we were all sitting there, and he had his motorhome, and all of us were like, "Who is this guy? Like, who?
Yeah.
Well, where did he come from?"
One of the coolest things I think I've seen, like my favorite Brad story, is we were at one of the field trials, and he's got a very nice motorhome, and he's got a big screen on the outside of it, and then he's got collars for each one of the dogs that's going to race. So in years past, you just spray paint a number or put ribbon on the dog, and you can watch the race also on the side of his motorhome. And I thought that was like just the most crazy. That was like one of the most Brad things I've ever seen. It was really cool.
We were talking about that. Like now with the app, you could almost do it easier.
Yeah.
With the Alpha app, it's almost where that could be done.
Well, you've done that before too, with like the drone footage and stuff that you used to get.
We tried. I was not a good drone videoer, but we tried.
Maybe we might have to try that again.
I get my boy to do it. He's got the little goggles and shit.
You think Brad would do it? Your son Brad would do it?
Yeah, I don't know if he would. I mean, yeah.
Talk to him about it. That'd be awesome. That's another thing. We do have a couple field trials this year too. I don't have the exact dates. One's in June and one's in August, but I should probably plug those once I actually have the exact dates. But
cool. Well, as I wrap up, I got a couple things. I think I've covered everything. I got big game houndsmen and I got joint meds on here. So you mentioned big game houndsmen. Two things I want to say about that. Number one, the big game houndsman Facebook page is no longer controlled by me. Like, I don't know if you're on that Facebook page, the big game houndsman Facebook page. I am not even in that group. Like they kicked my ass out of there.
Really?
When OUSDA got hacked, got hacked, and I can't. That group is the admin that owns that group now is some lady. I don't know, but her account's not active, so that group's in the weeds.
Oh wow.
So, anyways,
but you still on the in charge of the website?
Yeah, the website. I just did an update on that. So that's been neglected for like 10 years. I did a software update on it to get it all current, and because it was getting a lot of spam, and I was surprised people were still using it. Like, hey, buddy, this spam's getting bad.
I couldn't even tell you the last time I was on it, but
I couldn't tell you the last time I was on it, but I kept getting the people they were messaging me the last, I don't want to say 2 months that people were like, can you do something about the spam? And I'm like, I guess. And so finally I found a developer that would go through, and we're doing an update. So I got it. It's all updated. It actually works on a mobile phone now, which is amazing, because whenever we started that, there was hardly any mobile phones. I mean, you went on that on a mobile phone. And so now it works on a mobile phone. It's faster, it's cleaner. There's a lot of things that upgrade, and I got another round that we're gonna do. But that site, it's still slow, but I'm still surprised how much traffic's on that site. Not as many people are posting, but there's still a lot of views on it. And one of the biggest things I think is a reason is to keep it is selling dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those dog jockeys need a place to live.
Oh yeah, they need a place to sell them,
Yeah, so because Facebook, if you try to sell a dog, you could get banned and all this other weird stuff.
Could always try a trunk at Walmart too. So
yeah, you go to the trunk. you can try the hidden stuff.
Isn't that how you got your first hound or something?
No, I was taking a shit in my friend's garage in Texas. He found a stray dog that he couldn't find the owner for, and he got tired of it crapping in his garage. And so I'm like, I'll bring it home.
That's hilarious.
See what that's all about. And yeah, I shouldn't. That dog was a coal. Should have given that one to somebody. I actually did give it to somebody else, but
truck to tree finished, of course.
No, I sold it as a coon dog, and it was from Oklahoma, a kid from Oklahoma, and no kidding, I took him up, and this dog had been false treeing a little bit, and so that's why I was like, yeah, I'm a cat. You can't have that. You can't have that. And Dog takes off. I got a track, whatever, and dog takes off by itself, and I have my good dogs that I'm keeping, and that dog trees, and I'm like, that son of a bitch, like, this is exactly why I'm getting rid of him. He's not a cat dog, he's a coon dog, and he does this shit every once in a while, and so I'm gonna go kick his ass. And this was before GPS, and so I grabbed my Tritronics and I go, he's like, you mind if I come with you? And I'm like, sure, whatever, but like, I'm just gonna get this dog out of here. And I come over the hill and I see the cat in the tree, and I'm like,
that's the best dog I
go
got
pet your
right
dog,
now.
man. Go pet your dog. But he doesn't do that very often. He looks like $1 million a day. He will
I'm
catch a
selling
cat.
you for 50. I mean, I'm selling him for 2,500.
Yeah, so that was that first dog that I had that was red. And
that's hilarious.
And yeah, no, actually that wasn't red. No, red was, I don't remember what I did with red. Red didn't make it. Cooter was the one that I let him take.
Great name.
And he did that one. So I don't even remember the first dog of this crap. That one was a coal. That one was actually a coal.
It's funny.
So yeah. But anyways, Big Game Houndsman is updated on the website. If you haven't checked that out, like, you definitely check that out again. The Facebook Big Game Houndsman page, I have zero to do with that anymore. That is officially owned by the hackers. So,
have they done anything? They haven't done anything with our former OUSDA page, have they?
you can't find that.
I can't find it either. I was looking the other night just because I was trying to, screenshot a couple photos.
It was deleted of some sort, like, or at least whatever. We can't. That one can't.
Yeah.
Can't.
We do have a new Facebook page, though, so you can still find us on Facebook.
Yeah, look up OUSDA, get on the Facebook page.
And then if you could, if any one of you listening to this right now could share it, if you see it come across your socials, that would be awesome, too. We're just trying to get the word out. It also is an election year for us also. We're trying to find...
Need a new vice president.
Need a couple new board of directors. I've been doing this a long time. But we're trying to get some new blood in there too. So, protect what you love. That's a good opportunity for you to step up. And big thank you to all of our board members now that are like really stepping up this year and trying to help out more. And we're getting tons of donations. Big thank you to Brian Sorelli with Aldergrove Dog Boxes. He completely 100% donated a really awesome dog box for our raffle. And then we've got a whole laundry list of other sponsors too, W being one of them. Big thank you to you too, buddy, for stepping up and helping us. So, yeah. And Dogs Are Treat. I haven't talked to Kevin or Nancy yet, but I'm sure they're fine with helping us again. So I actually got to reach out to them.
Just good incentive. Be like, I already put you in a podcast.
I'm already advertising for you. Oh, Value Pack Dog Food. I picked them up yesterday. We had Dawson Dollarhide also step up and sponsor a rifle. Same with Kevin Mason. So big thank you to those guys also. So,
this reminds me, I talked to you about rifles.
We got to talk rifles. But
yeah, we'll see what there's gonna be some changes in what we're doing there. But I think we'll have a nice rifle.
We'll have some really cool rifles at our raffle this year, guys. So extra incentive to come out. You might go home with a really nice rifle. So,
cool. Anything else you wanted to mention? You got your little plug in there.
I think I'm pretty well good. I think I hit on everything.
And okay, so as I'm closing here, guys. I know this has been a long time since I've done a podcast, but I want feedback. So if you're listening to this and you're one of those guys that want me to jump back and try to do a podcast, I got to figure out what makes it right for me. You know what I mean? I'm going to be like 1 week, every 2 weeks. It's not going to be every week. I can tell you that right now. But the topics, like it's got to be a pretty free flowing and I may just have to change it up. It's like I'm trying to figure it out. So give me some feedback. Give me some topics. If there's things you like or you don't like, I've had a couple people telling me to bring the podcast back. And so you're going to have to take a stick and flush me out of the bushes a little bit like Mark did. Mark's like, let's do a podcast.
I think quality over quantity, if I could say anything. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if this is necessarily a quality podcast. Probably not, but just quality over quantity.
Yeah, we'll see.
But it'd be great to have you back.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm looking forward to it. But they'll just tell a bunch of sad stories about dogs. And then they'll start crying.
You need to get Jason back. He was the yang, the yin and yang.
Well, I could get him to be like, just get it on the schedule. And, that was the biggest thing, is getting the schedule going. So
yeah, exactly. But
cool. Well, let's wrap it up here, and we'll end it here at 1:20. Mark, appreciate you making the drive down here.
Yep. Also got Waylon Boyer here. My son.
Say hi,
also.
Waylon. You've been here for the whole podcast.
Hi.
Tell them about what kind of hounds you got. What's your dog right now? What's not talking?
Mark's son.
No, he's pretty shy.
He's shy. We've had him on the podcast the whole time, but I was like, he likes listening.
He's famous now, though.
All right.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
All right.